Alright, welcome back to the channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this afternoon is my round 19 NRL tips for 2025. So 3 teams this week have to bye. That is my boys Manly after a win on Sunday, the Rabbitohs and the Raiders. So that means there's 7 games this week, and I reckon 4 out of those 7 games, they can go either way, because I think all the 4 games I'm looking at right now, I think can go either way, but also will be quite close in my honest opinion. I'm talking games like the Battle of the Sea Creatures, Sharks and Dolphins. In all honesty, that'll be a big game, I reckon. I think also the Roosters Dragons game at Cogra, that's another 50-50 game. Also Cowboys Bulldogs. Like, I know Bulldogs are better in terms of form, but I don't know if they were to be considered guaranteed winners just yet. And I feel like the Western Derby on Sunday, Parramatta versus Penrith, like no matter where these sides are on the ladder, it's always a close game. So looking forward to the round ahead. But as always, though, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And guys, good news. We finally got to 5,500 subscribers. So 5,500 was the goal for a couple of weeks now, and I'm glad I finally got to that goal thanks to you guys. So to those that recently subscribed to the channel, thank you very much, means a lot. And here's to the next goal of 6k. That's the next big goal, but for now we'll take step by step, and that's the way to go. So thank you very much, everyone, means a lot. But let's get into the tips. Let's go. So first up, on Friday night footy, it is the Sharks versus Dolphins at Shark Park. The Sharks, they had the bye last week, I'm pretty sure. They did, yep. And they lost the week before to the Storm in Melbourne, 24-6, which wasn't a great game by the Sharks at all. So they are fresh now, and they go back home with hopefully a bit of confidence being back at Shark Park. As for the Dolphins have been very funny as a side to watch, I'll be honest. Like, they have been great in terms of scoring points and smashing teams, but their form can also be very inconsistent too. Like, lost to Knights, but can smash teams by like 50 and whatever. But the Dolphins obviously are the most informed club right now, I think, or one of them anyway, in terms of the way they're playing. So yeah, they should be up for this one 100%. Looking at both sides though, for the Sharks, one change to the side only. Daniel Atkinson comes onto the bench in the expense of Billy Burns. For the Dolphins, with Nikorima out to a hamstring injury, that means Sean O'Sullivan goes to 5'8" for this game, and Hamiso has been named to back up from Origin. While Max Feagai shifts to the centre, Jake Averillo to the wing in a backline swap. Mark Nichols has been named to start a prop after coming off the bench against the Rabbitohs. And Trey Fuller is named on the reserves if, Hammer pulls out. But my tip for this game, though, I feel like, with the uncertainty of if Hammer's going to play or not after Origin, I think he will, but having Nikorima also out, who's been very underrated for the Dolphins this year, I think Sharks, for me, are a bit more determined, I think, for this game. I could be wrong, but being at Shark Park, and obviously the Sharks are playing for their season right now, which they shouldn't be, because their team's obviously top 4, top 8 quality, but they're in 10th place right now, and they're really underachieving this year, I feel like. So I'll go Cronulla, but not too confident about the result either way. I'll go the Sharks to win. Let's go Sharks to win. I'm seeing a 28 points to 18 scoreline. First try scorer, let's go with Ronaldo Mulatalo on the wing, and anytime try scorers, we're going to go with Brendan Nakora, and for the Dolphins, let's go with Jamal Sarko. Okay, on to Super Saturday, the first game of 3. It's the Knights versus the Storm at McDonald Jones Stadium there in Newcastle, 3 p.m. kickoff in Newey. The Knights, obviously they're in panic mode right now. They had the bye last week, but Canberra beat them just. But good effort by the Knights to fight back in that game and nearly knock off Canberra, but were obviously short in the end. But look, the Knights are playing for their season, and it doesn't get any easier playing the Storm this week. A Storm side that's obviously in great form and is firing at the moment. So, we'll see how they go. It won't be easy, but Storm beat the Cowboys last week without some of their Origin players by 6. So, they will be confident with maybe some players backing up from Origin. We'll see, though. Look at both sides though. For the Knights, Fletcher Hunt will start a fullback with Kalen Ponga out for the season. Greg Marzhew returns from an arm injury. That makes James Schiller push out to the reserves. Leo Thompson's back for the Knights, so big in for the Newcastle Knights with Leo Thompson back from suspension. So Tyson Frizzell goes to lock. Phoenix Crossland goes to hooker, and Jalen Bradley goes to the bench, and Thomas Cant drops off to the 18th man position. And as for the Storm, after being a late withdrawal to the Cowboys due to a calf injury, Ryan Pappenhausen will be back for this game. So that means Nick Meaney goes to the centre, Grant Anderson goes back to his preferred position on the wing, and keeping his spot after debuting last week is Siulangi, that young winger who debuted last week against the Cowboys. Stefano Tokamanu has been named to back up on the bench. Munster, Harry Grant, Trent Liera have all been named in the reserves and will be given time to back up if they are fit enough. Excuse the cut there, phone was about to die. But anyway, Alec McDonald will miss the match with a rib injury, and Jack Howarth is named as 18th man after recovering from an appendix injury. Yep. Look, Storm should win easy, I think. I think Storm 13 plus. I'll go Storm to win maybe 36 points to 14. I think, Storm will be too good. Newcastle may start early and may start well early, but I think the Storm's quality will get them home in the end. So, Storm to win. First try, give me Grant Anderson. Anytime we'll go Pappenhausen, and for the Knights, we'll go Dylan Lucas for a try. Next up, Cogra Dragons versus Roosters at Jubilee Oval. The last time these two sides played, we know what happened. Roosters dominated on Anzac Day and completely whitewashed the Dragons at Allianz. So I think Dragons would be looking for some revenge back at home soil for this game. The Dragons very close to defeating Canberra last week, but just were very short in the end. But, good effort though in saying that, considering Canberra first. And for the Roosters, shock loss to the Tigers. I don't know how they lost that game, but look, obviously, Origin players out, never makes it easy, but I just thought at Allianz, Tigers in a world of pain right now, Roosters easy win, but no, Tigers just cause another upset like we've been seeing many times this season. Many upsets can happen at any time, but we'll see how Roosters respond after that. But look at both sides. For the Dragons, Val Holmes has been named to back up from Origin 3. So Corey Allen goes to 18th man. Leilua, quad, and Hamish Stewart concussion are back for the Dragons as well. Michael Molo goes to the bench, and William Fafita and Loco drop out. For the Roosters, Sam Walker's back, big in for the Roosters. And Billy Smith knee and Victor Radley concussion also return in a further boost for the Bondi boys. Robin Toyer, Watson, Collins, Crichton, Spencer Linu have all been named to play and back up from the Origin game. Well, that means, Roosters are looking pretty strong on paper when you think about it. My tip for this game, I think Roosters will bounce back this Saturday. I can't see them losing again to the Dragons, like back-to-back games, and to the Dragons, but you never know. But Roosters, for me, will be too good. So I'll go Roosters to win. Let's go Roosters 24 points to 14. First try scorer, I'll go Daniel Tupou. Anytime, let's go that Dragons winger, Sione Finau. And for the Roosters, anytime try scorer, bold one, Connor Watson for a try. I think he might score a hooker, but Roosters to win. And the last game to wrap up Super Saturday, it is the Cowboys versus Bulldogs at Queensland Country Bank Stadium up there in Townsville. The Cowboys very close to defeating the Storm last week, but fell short 26-20. Cowboys obviously need to get some wins soon if they want to keep their season alive because, win this week it helps, but they're in a tough spot, like contesting with other clubs for the top 8. So any points for them is very crucial going forward. As for the Bulldogs, how on earth did they drop that game last week to the Broncos? Like, seriously, at a core stadium, they were leading 18-0, and then they just dropped the guard, and Broncos ran right over them in the end. You know, that was like the Dogs of 2022 or 2023. That was like, yeah, how they played in that game those seasons. But yeah, Dogs, disappointing, man. Very disappointing. So we'll see what their response is to that for this game this week. Look at both sides for the Cowboys. Ruben Cotter, Tom Dearden, Nanai, Robson have all been named to back up. That's a big boost there for the club. Carl Lawton is back from suspension, so he replaces Temple Kalipo. Don't know if I agree with that one. Marius Halangi has been named among the reserves as he looks to return from a knee injury. And Sam McIntyre, Calf, and John Bateman, groin, are both out injured. For the Bulldogs, Critter, Matt Burton, Lachlan Galvin. Critter's back. Burton goes to 5'8", Critter centre. Galvin goes to the bench. Max King and Kurt Mann have also been named to play. Harry Hayes bench. And Jacob Carraz is back for the Bulldogs as well. So, yeah, most of their main men are back. And that means Curtis Moran, Jack Todd, and Montoya is injured with a neck injury. He's out for like nearly the whole season. All back until finals. But, yeah, big low there for the Bulldogs. My tip for this game, very tough game actually. Like I actually think this will be very close. To be fair, I'm gonna go the Bulldogs in a close one, but without any confidence at all. Like honestly, I think Cowboys have the game to win because I don't know if Dogs are playing that flash right now, but. Because Critter's there, because Burns back at 5'8", and the rest of the team looks like it's basically normal again, I think that's why they'll win based on those combos, but don't know. I wouldn't rule out Cowboys completely, but I'll go Dogs to win. I'll go Dogs in a close one, 20-14. First try scorer, I'll go with Inari Tawala. Anytime, let's go with Robert Derby, and let's go with Jacob Preston for a try. On to Sunday afternoon footy in New Zealand, Auckland. It's the Warriors versus Tigers at, Go Media Stadium in Auckland. So good to see some footy in New Zealand this time around. But, the Warriors, look, the bye last week must have helped them a bit. But, far out. Their injury curse is getting worse. They've lost Mitch Barnett for the year now, and now they've lost Luke Metcalf for the whole season. They're arguably their best player and one of the most informed players in the comp right now, gone for the year. So that's going to hurt the Warriors a whole heap, and we'll see if that costs them a top 4 spot or not. But as for the West Tigers, what a great win it was last Sunday. Like, shock win. It wasn't pretty, but they got the job done and they broke that 6-game losing streak. So I'm sure Benji and the group will be very confident after that win. So, look, good stuff by the Tigers, honestly, good stuff. But look at both sides. For the Warriors, Taine Tuapiki goes to fullback in his first game since round 10 with Chance out with injury. That also means Tanner Boyd's playing his first game as a Warrior with Luke Metcalf out for the year at halfback. Dallin Martinez-Lesniak has made an early return from an ankle injury, so he'll go on the wing and stay there. Kurt Capel is named among the reserves as he looks to be monitored during the week if he backs up from Origin or not. Jackson Ford and Leka Halasima both moved into the starting side. Tanner Stowers-Smith earns a recall on the bench. And for the West Tigers, Jerome Luai is back and will go to 5'8", and will back up from the Origin decider. So that means Adam Dewey goes to the centres. Luke Lowley, he drops out. Api Korosia returns from concussion. Tristan Hope goes to the bench. And Jack Bird comes back on the bench. And Charlie Murray and Kit Lowley drop to the reserves. Okay. Tough game, this one. It can definitely go either way. Like, if the Warriors were at full strength, I'd say them for sure, but they're not. I'm going to do it. I'm tipping the Tigers here. Tigers upset in New Zealand. I'm seeing it right here, right now. I'm going to go the West Tigers to win. Let's go Tigers to win 24-22 in a close game with some points. First try scorer, let's go with Rocco Berry from the Warriors. But anytime, let's go Leka Halasima, and for the Tigers, I'll give you Charlie Staines for a try. But I think Tigers win in another close game this week. So let's go Tigers to win. I reckon they'll get the job done. Yes, the Western Sydney Derby. It's the Eels versus Panthers Part 2. They're playing again at CommBank Stadium, 4 o'clock kickoff. But this time it's Parramatta's home game, and it's obviously their home ground, but Penrith hosted their home game at CommBank last time. But look, Parramatta, They have been in better form, honestly. They really have. That loss to the Dragons the other week was obviously disappointing, but they showed fight in that game. But yeah, they're definitely showing better signs of what they were showing compared to the start of the season, I feel like. As for the Panthers, well, here's the time where Penrith are back, probably making a run now to the 8. They're 6 right now, and I hate to say it, but if there's one team that can win the comp outside the 4, if they don't make the 4, it's Penrith. So that's what I'm worried about. But let's see how this game goes because, like I said before, no matter where these sides are on the ladder, it's always a close game in the Western Sydney Derby. So looking forward to it. But looking at both sides, for the Eels, former Tiger on club debut, Talon De Silva will play for Parramatta, his first game this week for the club, off the bench. Joe Larsick's their starting hooker, while Charlie Geimer starts in place of Kelma Tuilagi, who's out with suspension. Sam Tuivasa returns from a syndesmosis injury on the bench, and Bailey Simonson is named among the reserves as he returns from a foot injury through New South Wales Cup last weekend. As for the Panthers, Ivan Cleary has listed his 5 Origin stars to the reserves and will make a call if all 5 of them play or not. And Brad Schneider will get the start at halfback if Cleary doesn't play, while Dane Laurie's fullback, Paul Alamoti's on the wing, Matt Eisenhuth and Isaiah Papali'i are all in the 17 as well. My tip for this game can go either way. I know Penrith won last time, but Parramatta can definitely get revenge over them, but I don't see that happening. I think Penrith will be too good. Even if some of their main guys don't play, I still think Penrith wins. So I'll go Penrith in a close game like it was last time. Let's go Penrith to win 22 points to 16. First try scorer, going to go with Zach Lomax, first try anytime. Let's go with Isaiah Iongi. And for Penrith, let's go with Isaac Tango for a try. All right, and the last game to wrap up round 19, it's the Titans versus Broncos, 6:15 p.m. kickoff at Seabar Super Stadium up there on the Gold Coast. Honestly, how long ago did these two sides play? Like, let's be real, 3 weeks ago or something? It wasn't too long ago. Kind of crazy how soon both Gold Coast and the Broncos play each other again. But yeah, we'll see how these sides go. Gold Coast currently last on the ladder. Yeah, they're into trouble. They really are. Like, I just can't see how Gold Coast get better from here. They're definitely locked in bottom 4, I reckon. But their challenge is to try and avoid the spoon. But not looking great at the moment. But we'll see. As for the Broncos, I'll tell you what, Broncos are on a real roll right now. 4 wins in a row. Came back from behind and beat the Bulldogs at Accor Stadium. Quite crazy how they did all that, to be fair. But yeah, Broncos could be back now, so they could be the dark horse team coming into the back end of the year. Who knows? But they're in good form, Brisbane, so we'll see how they go. Look at both sides for the Titans. Sorry again, but yeah, 2 big boosts for the Titans. Jane Campbell back from concussion at halfback, and Dave Fafita named on the bench in his return from an ankle injury that sidelined him until round 18 or from round 18. Tino and Mofo Wake have been also named back up from the decider on Wednesday. As for the Broncos, Pat Carrigan, Payne Haas, Shibasaki are all named back up from Origin as well. Reece Walsh, fullback, and Colbert on the bench for this game. Sell them to the bench. Ben Hunt returns a hooker. Big game and big return for the Broncos there for Ben Hunt. Big game because, yeah, Ben Hunt needs to obviously get back to work and hopefully keep playing well for that Broncos side that's going so well at the moment. And that also means Jaden Hunt, D. Louise Hoyter, Tyson Smoothy, and Ben Tulsi all drop out while Corey Pakes is nursing an elbow injury. Jesse Arthurs is named among the reserves and could be a late call-up, missing last week's game with a rib injury. All right, pretty simple, I reckon, here. I think Gold Coast can put some potential here to upset the Broncos, but I can't see it. I think Broncos are in a real good state right now, the way they're playing and on some good momentum right now. So I'll tip Broncos to win, 13 plus. I'll go Broncos, 32 points to 20. First try, give me Dean Mariner on the wing. Anytime try scorer is going to go with both for Moore and for the Broncos, going to go with Reece Walsh for a try. But that right there was my round 19 NRL tips for 2025. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your tips in the comments down below. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and have a good rest of your week and bring on round 19. Go the Blues.